Hey everyone, and thank you for joining me on my channel where I try my best to explain with in one take and without editing anything on how I deal with my skin issues using Mary Kay products. And also, so the products that I use are specific to what my issues are going on, but there are many products that can be used by different skin types, different tones, different ages, different there's quite a lot of overlap. Uh, and one of those overlaps is exfoliation. And what I want to talk about first, though, is just the tolerance of exfoliation. There are some people who regrow skin cells at such a rate that they need to exfoliate more than once a week. I'm not that person. I have pretty sensitive skin. I can only really tolerate maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. But I actually go between a couple different ones. One of which is one that I've been using for ages that it's helped the most. It's the Microderm Abrasion set. So you've got the Microderm Abrasion Refine, which is, it kind of just feels like sand, like very fine sand. In a cream with a cream that like you kind of like work it around, and that it's a physical exfoliation. We have a chemical exfoliation, the Repair line. It's the Time Wise Repair Revealing Radiance Facial Peel, and that works a lot like a chemical peel. It is more chemically based. It's got a lot of vitamin A. It's kind of acidic. What it does is it kind of like not really dissolves, but it helps break down really old skin cells that you don't want on your face anyway. So there are forms of acne like mine. Sorry. There are forms of acne that are made worse by not exfoliating at all. So basically what will happen is if you're not washing your face once or twice a day, whatever you can tolerate, and you're not exfoliating, or even if you're not washing your face at all, like there are a lot of acne issues that happen because you don't wash your face at all, because you're not removing that, day old grease. You're not removing the stuff, whatever collected on your face while you were cooking dinner, while you were out mowing the yard. There are people who don't wash their face. They just take a shower and they don't actually use like a soap or anything on it, and they just, the water, like there are so many different kinds of acne and so many different lifestyles. But if you're having acne and you're having a lot of these things, normally your lifestyle has to change slightly, or your routines have to change. And in my case, I have to use a physical exfoliant, generally speaking, because my dead skin cells apparently just like to cling on. And then the oils that I produce, because I have a very oily face anyway, you can already, like, I just got out of the shower. I didn't put lotion on or anything. Like, you can see how shiny I am. And so it's really important for me to exfoliate at least every couple weeks. It's like I can even feel, like, even my jawline, that the dead skin cells don't really come away. So like if you have just dead skin cells stacking on top of each other long enough, and there's enough breaks in those dead skin cells, in those, like, they almost work kind of like plates, that like sometimes, like, once the air gets drier, especially, so like this time of year, November, December, as the weather gets colder and colder, breaks will form just from the differences of temperature and not moisturizing and all these other things. But if you're just moisturizing the dead skin cells, it's actually not getting deep enough to moisturize everything. So there's a couple of things working against even just basic skincare. So we're going to hop right in it. So one of the most important things, wash your hands first. You're about to have your hands all over your face. If you even were applying, let's say, body lotion and whatever, body butter and stuff like that, that it's kind of counterproductive to then just work that body butter or oils back into your face, especially if you are like me, and like, I'm more likely to break out if I've had a fragranced lotion on my face. So that's a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do first, though, is dampen my face slightly because it makes it a lot easier. And I'm only going to do like that much, like just a pea-sized amount, maybe a little bit more, like that much. Kind of looks like a kidney bean size. Okay, and I just rub it between my hands, and I put it straight on. I mean, my main problems are my nose, under here. Interestingly enough, my temples and my forehead, because you can already see like there's a scab there, but that was absolutely cystic acne that I had to actually lance it. That is the fun that I have in general. And though this is a more aggressive way to exfoliate, I do it anyway. I can only tolerate it maybe once a week. Again, like, and I just use a wet washcloth, because I mean, you'll feel it, you know, exfoliating still as you remove it. And I mean, I don't care if you use a washcloth or like, you've got to remove it though. Like, it takes a lot more water, of course. And a lot of times I'll actually keep the Microderm Abrasion in my shower, because then, but I forget to do it. So here I am trying my best to just make lemonade out of lemons, right? So, I mean, it's not staining or anything. It's just exfoliant, as far as I know. I normally have less clothes on when I'm exfoliating, but I'm trying not to hit this microphone either, because my bathroom is very echoey. So I'm trying to at least be mindful of that. So I did the Microderm Abrasion, exfoliated, feeling like baby's bottom. And so I'm going to get out my pore minimizer, since I just opened up a bunch of pores. I have to use like 2 pumps just so I can get a good surface on it. And like, my face is red, just because I physically, it's essentially sandpaper. Like, I sandpapered my face because I get a little aggressive with it because I need to get the dead skin cells off. And since I just did all that, I'm going to wash my hands again, and I'm going to wait for it to dry a little bit. And that's when I will actually apply. So next I will apply my antioxidant moisturizer. It's going to be more than a 10-minute video, so buckle up. Antioxidant moisturizer. And since I have some other things going on today, I was going to put on makeup. And whenever I have extra face lotion, I just go ahead and put it on my arms. Like, I'm not going to waste it. So I'm going to have the most firm forearms. Like, that skin looks great though. Like, look how much, I mean, I'm 30, I turned 35 in a month. I mean, come on now. I put the face lotion on my arms all the time. Okay, so I would like this to dry a bit more, a little faster. And I got my Mary Kay Satin Lips lip balm. I thought about doing the lip scrub at the same time, but my skin's pretty mad from just the Microderm Abrasion. So I'm trying to be kind to it. Like, I'm going to have some redness for a little while. I also have rosacea and contact dermatitis, and I needed to exfoliate. And I would like everything to be completely dry before I do this next thing, because I also want to talk about foundation primer and my TimeWise 3D matte. So, and also I've got eye primer, because I'm going to put some eyeshadow on. But one safe thing I can do now, though, is the eye primer while everything else is drying. Put that back in the drawer. And I mean, I just use my ring fingers, kind of like the eye cream. And since that needs some time to dry as well before I actually put on eye makeup, that's where I screwed up on some past things. That though you can apply eyeshadow without eye primer, the eye primer just holds it there longer. And I have hooded eyes, like, so my eyes are open. You can see that, like, I don't really have a lot of eyelids sticking out. And, like, in fact, like, even if I'm looking down, like, I got, like, you can literally see the skin, like, over my eyelashes just about. So the next thing I'm going to do is foundation primer. And so this has SPF in it. If you have an SPF allergy, I suggest not using something that has SPF in it. Even though, like, this is SPF 15 that's in it. And again, like, foundation primer just goes so well. Like, and I've used way too much, but it's at least something. It's basically something to at least it just, the application of foundation is just so much better. I'll have to, like, draw the picture of it or find the images of it, but it's just one of those things where it goes so much better if you just do the daggum primer. I'll actually put that away. And so as this is drying, that actually I'll use my foundation brush. That I've got one of these heart-shaped foundation brushes. I actually have some still, and, like, it's gonna look like a huge difference between my red, broken out, like, my irritated skin and the foundation, but yeah, that foundation looks a lot better today than when I tried to use it without the primer the other day. But the main reason for this exercise, though, is to just see the coverage. And that's as much as I need. But just like with a lot of things, it's almost better to, not really almost, it is better to apply some foundation, and then if you've got something that you must cover up, like the scab on my head, then go ahead and come back to it. But it's always better to, like, so I blend down my neck as well. Like, I've got a lot of blending I gotta do. And then, and of course, like, just around my eyes, I'm gonna have to just take my finger and blend around. Oops, I kind of need a light on this. Just to make sure I'm doing this evenly. And even though this is the light that's, like, you can see every single flaw in it. Like, oh, gee, thanks, that's great. And I'll have to come back to a couple areas. Oops. And I mean, I don't have any particularly fancy light. I don't have, like, the brushes. I mean, if you buy one of my liquid foundations, like, I'll give you a brush or one or two of them or whatever. I do sales like that all the time. That, well, ideally, I could make that look a little bit better, but, and sometimes just even with my eyebrows, or like if I get foundation in my hair, I'll just take my finger and kind of work it out of my hair because I don't want, foundation in my hair. Or take a wet washcloth or whatever. And sometimes you just gotta, though the tools are nice, sometimes the tools don't really do what you want to do. And you just keep on layering. Now that, well, I mean, it looks better. That when it's a really big scab, like, that's just how it is, most likely. But I just gotta blend, 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 blend. Because the whole idea is to have it all at least the same color, like, and I'll be working on another video for, like, in the kitchen, actually making bread after this. So I'm going to have a lot more lights on me. So I just want to look a little less, shiny and greasy. So that's why, and I have oily skin, so I gravitate to the matte foundation because I'm going to get grease, like I'm going to get some grease anyway. So that's the 3D foundation, the liquid foundation. And I also have silky setting powder. So I'm sorry that I'm having to use the mirror. It's hard for me to use the phone because I want to make sure that I cover everything, because it's not like a ton is on the line. It's just like, it's still nice to have the appropriate amount of coverage and kind of double check it a little bit. And the silky setting powder just kind of like sets everything off. So like it makes a huge difference, I think. And then, so for my next trick, I'm going to use our Chroma Fusion. So I have this is the Perfect palette that, I mean, it's literally called it's got water on it. It's literally called the Perfect palette. And so right now what I have in it is cream to powder foundation right here, and then blush, and then I've got my three favorite eyeshadows in here that I'm actually going to probably just use I think it's Candlelight that's in the center. That I'm just kind of going for a light look today. I'm not trying to go to dinner with it or anything crazy. But I'm just going to go with that in the center and into the corner, like the corner nearest my nose. And it's sticking so much better with the eye primer, because normally I have to use like a ton to get it to stick and look like the color that I'm trying to go for right now. That you can see, just I did it like in here and into the center. And then with the other side of my cute little brush, I'm going to use the dark, it's burnished bronze, I believe. That unfortunately they discontinued that color, but now we have we actually have an eyeliner, an eyeshadow stick that's very close to the same color. And it's called something, I think it's called Radiant Bronze. And it's a lovely color. And if I wasn't doing this two-toned thing right now, I would be pressed. And then so after I apply that, I actually kind of brush the light color back over onto it and kind of just blend it together. And don't forget your outside corners with your darker color. Like, just, even if you overdo it at first, because I'm going to clean this up. So, and then like my lightest color, right there is crystalline. And I'm old school, so I like to put that just in the very corner. And then my eyes just kind of look like a s'more. So, because I got the marshmallow, the graham cracker, and that. I mean, I've always just kind of liked a brighter looking eye. And I'll clean these brushes later, but now for my next trick, I'm actually going to clean up. So, like, the first thing I do is I just do a general wipe along here with a Q-tip. And anything I kind of overdid, I kind of just blend it a little bit into my skin. And my regular skin color. And normally I can just do like a brow bone general swipe around. And just like, since I kind of overdid the white, I'm trying to clean that up a little bit. So, I mean, that was just a general, you know, it's a little uneven here, and then, you know, a little uneven here, and that's what I got. I'm not trying to make it crazy complicated. And then, of course, twist, well, this one's almost out, so like you shouldn't just pump it, but just kind of twist it and get what you can. This one's nearly out, so it's like, well, trying to use it up. Since they reformulated it and now it's called Great Heights. This was the ultimate mascara, and though this one is not waterproof, there is a Great Heights now that is waterproof, and that's replaced the waterproof one anyway. And of course, if you do get some chunks, like, just very delicately, you can just remove it with your fingers, or if you've got an eyelash comb or whatever. I'm just trying to show that you don't need a million expensive tools for stuff. That's my main prerogative right now. That, oh, I forgot my, well, I want to put a little bit of blush on, even though that's kind of counterproductive for having rosacea, but it kind of adds a little bit of dimension. I mean, I just add it just right under my cheekbone, because that's just kind of what my face shape is. But like, the pink I use is so light that it might as well, like, because I don't need a dark pink. Like, that's just something that, and just something just to, because a lot of people actually try to like just do the apple of their cheek, so you can just kind of smile. And just kind of add a little bit. And that is it, my friends. And now I have to do my hair.